Hello everyone, welcome to Blue Dragon Universe, and this is the Blue Dragon Actual YouTube channel. So today we are going to talk about the difference between the paper actuary and the proper actuary, the mindset, and as a fresher, how you can adopt the correct mindset. Paper actually nitpicks. I remember someone once in when I was working in a core company mentioned that in our presentation these two boxes are not lined at the same place. They should be at same place. The problem with that approach is you are not seeing inside the box what is written inside the box, what the box is trying to convey. Rather you are focused on where the box is lined correctly or not. Yeah, that might be an important thing, but that is not as important as what is written inside the box. So your feedback, first of all, your feedback should be on what is written inside the box if you agree with that. But if you agree with that, then those are not feedbacks. Like if it is lined in same zone, like all the box are looking same, equivalent amount of bigger or smaller, so I don't think that's the feedback. So paper actually will always nitpick. They will always want to be perfect, but the problem is the entire universe is not perfect. It's not a proper circle. It's a elliptical thing or whatever it is, right? So even if the it's something at such larger scale is not perfect, how can you be perfect? So if you run after perfection, then once again you are not fit to be an actuary. So paper actually always nitpick. Proper actually always look at the bigger picture. Yeah, this is this is what it is now. What, how I contribute to this, or what in what manner this will contribute to my personal journey. So you'll always look at proper actually always look at the bigger picture, even if you can't see it now. Maybe maybe 2 years down the line you can see the bigger picture. So proper actually always look at the bigger picture. Moving on, papers are your biggest achievement for paper actually. These days you have seen too many of LinkedIn posts, especially when someone clears something. So papers are their biggest achievement. Like I mentioned, FIA or FII grade, that is their biggest achievement. But for a proper actually, these are just tools to progress ahead, right? And you should treat paper as bare minimum. Once again, that knowledge is outdated. So if you give too much importance to paper, then you are doing that at your own peril. Moving on, shows up LinkedIn. The best example is LinkedIn. And proper actually always laugh at show up, right? I always enjoy people saying writing those motivational posts, thinking that they have done something so big, and in the grand scheme of things of actually, right, not even in the in the entire world, if in the grand scheme of things of the actual world, mm, that is just laughable. That is I don't see any sorry to say this, but I don't see any merit to that, right? You are supposed to read for hours to qualify as an actuary. You are supposed to solve problems. If you think that you have done something extraordinary, then once again you are not fit for actuary, right? Because in actuary the average is uh, which average is quite difficult for a normal person, right? So if you want to be an actuary, the bare minimum or the average level is quite high. So you can't just say that, yeah, I have done this. It's because that is the basic requirement for an actuary. You need that knowledge to understand what goes in job. If you do not have knowledge, you have no chance to understand what goes in job. But if you make a motivational post out of it, uh, good luck to you. Moving on, so paper actually runs after money. Once again, related to upbringing, as such, many people I have seen that they think that actually will give money, or by passing paper they will get money. Trust me, no one in this world, even the richest person in this world, knows how to get money. Because all of us are taking bets. Sometimes those bets pay off, sometimes those bets do not pay off. I have failed more in my life than I have succeeded, right? And I think it would be true for even a billionaire or a millionaire. The important thing is when you make something successful, when your bet succeeds, that should give you a lot of money or whatever, lot of lifestyle, rather than when you are failing, right? I remember still that when I was appearing for my first actual interview, I went through 21 rounds before I got my first job. So I used to clear first round, second round, in third round I did not clear, right? Then another company, first round, two round, third round, I was not clearing. So in that way, I used to count, and 21 rounds it took me to get my first job. But nobody today, remembers those 21 round. Everyone remember that first round, the first company that gave me that opportunity, right? And that company gave me the opportunity because I was good enough. I learned from my previous mistakes, and I did not make that mistake in my in those that interview, right? So you would always fail many times before you succeed. And if you feel that by passing some paper you will get money, once again, that is the beggar mindset. You are always begging for money. Give me money, give me money, right? So that is, once again, that is I believe that most family in India once again has that mindset. That is because of the competition, the population, and everything else. And once again, if you have that mindset, you will be in that average zone of normal curve, right? You will never be in the extreme end, right? Because being in the extreme end needs you to take risk. If you can't have that mindset, then you'll always be in that average zone, right? Like they say, salary is the drug they give you so that you do not become extraordinary. So that's what it is, right? So if you run after money, then money will not come to you. If you consider something as challenge and solve problems, right? If you see something that something is like this YouTube channel is my effort in one of that direction. People are misguiding, maybe freshers, and I thought that this is one way I can change that. And if I'm solving a problem, I believe sooner or later I'll be paid for it, right? So if I can't solve that problem, then I'll not be paid for it, right? It has to help someone else in some way so that you can make money of it. Now, the most of the billionaires or millionaires figure out a solution which no one else was figuring out, like Zomato solved the problem of food delivery. I had that idea when I was in 2012 when I started my job, but then I did not have the money, or I did not have the courage to take that risk. But someone did, and that person is a billionaire now, right? So there are so many things like that, right? And if you can solve a problem, then only you will make money. If you need to help others, you need to think about others, then only you are going to make money. If you think only about yourself, then once again you'll be a beggar, maybe a high class beggar with corporate suit and tie, etc., but still you would be a beggar. If you want to do something big in life, then you have to run after challenges. You overcome one challenge, move to another challenge. You overcome that challenge as well, move to another challenge. At a point of time when you will be old enough, when you can't do that, then you know transfer that ability to someone else who would be who is like you, who can take that challenge and who can take your legacy further. So that is passing the baton. So that is how it is. So run after challenges, do not run after money. If you solve challenges, money will automatically follow. If you run after money, money will automatically go away from you. Moving on, this is the last slide. Paper actuary, depressed at failures. Like I mentioned, you will be failing multiple times, and proper actually learn from failures. I can give you a classic example. The role that I'm in currently, right, and the job that I'm doing currently, it pays me a very high salary, right? Probably 0.01% people in India would be getting that salary. And even in the actual world, I believe that that is quite a high package. Now the reason I'm getting that salary is because where other actually stop, right? Where other actuaries stop, other actuaries cannot figure out a solution. They're sending that thing to me, and I am figuring out the solution, right? So, so I'm working in an actual software company, and I'm supporting, clients. So they are writing their queries whenever they are not able to figure out a solution for something. Now, imagine how this process would happen, right? Or how this process is probably happening in your company if you're working. So when someone gets stuck at something, then that person will reach out to his senior. His senior will reach out to his senior or her senior, right? And then they would try to figure out the solution. They still can't figure out the solution for what is happening in that actual software. That problem would come to me. So multiple brilliant minds tried to solve a problem. They were not able to solve it. That problem is coming to me. I am trying to solve it. I might take from help from my other colleagues, right? Then I am solving it because it cannot go anywhere from me. I have to solve it. If I can't solve it, I have to tell them, yeah, this is not solvable, right? So I am the final person. So where other actuaries are failing to solve a problem, I am solving it for them, right? So I am now. Can I be? There are many times then when I'll not know the solution. There are many times when I'll take 7 days, 10 days, maybe 1 month to understand the solution. But should I stop at failures? Should I be depressed at failures? then can I do this role, right? Will I be paid higher? I am getting paid higher just because I am solving something that someone else would not be able to do. If that is that easy, then I would not be paid this much, right? So you have to develop that mindset. You cannot be depressed at failures. Actually, is a profession where you will have multiple failures. There is no, maybe heroism in clearing all the papers in one go, and that is also great. I mean, there is nothing wrong with it as well. That is also great. But I think if you failed papers multiple times and then even then you have not given up on actually, then that is something really heroic to me, at least, right? And also, when you fail paper multiple times, your knowledge in that paper increases, drastically. That is a benefit of failing a paper, because you are reading the same concept multiple time, you are solving same questions multiple time. Your knowledge is bound to increase as compared to someone who is clearing everything at the first go. That does not mean that you should fail paper, right? Let me be very clear on that. That only means that if you fail paper, then that is not bad. Then you can learn from those failures, and that would be applicable in other. You would not know how those dots are connected, and you will grow multiple time, many fold in your life, right? So I believe that that's it. You now have a fair idea of how the paper actually proper actually behaves. I know this is a long video, but I think this is very important, and to have the correct mindset. And as a fresher, if you are seeing this video, so you should know that this is what you need to do and this is what you need not do, right? And always question. Even I might be wrong somewhere, right? My thought process might change in some years. So always question. I might not be correct, so in that way, or in that, that section where I'm not correct, you need not follow me, follow someone else. But in some cases I might be correct, and that approach you need to, kind of adopt to your own lifestyle and own liking, right? So with that, I'll close this video. I hope you like this video. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, maybe with also the other actual coaching centers. And yeah, see you in future videos.